Good day and welcome to the channel. In this short video, we are going to explore AMP. Specifically, we're going to talk about removing AMP from a WordPress site. In particular, our primary WordPress site, which is urtech.ca. So let's give you a 12-second background as to what AMP is and why you don't want to use it anymore. And then we'll get into how to properly remove it, which is not just uninstall it, because that will cause you big problems with Google. So basically, AMP, or Accelerated Mobile Pages, were brought out in 2015 to allow Google to index your site and serve it using their cache of your site. And it dramatically limited, they called simplified, but limited CSS code and other things that slowed pages down. And it worked fine for a little while. But it became apparent that it is tedious to manage both an AMP site and a regular site, and it also started to cause serious technical problems. So you can see here, we have a situation in which Google has just decided that our primary pages aren't important, and that the AMP pages are the ones that it's going to index, which is exceptionally obnoxious, especially when the HTML explicitly tells Google to not do this, but it does it anyway. So we have to get rid of it. It's causing us just too much grief. And if you still have it running in 2025 or 2026 or 2027, probably a good idea for you to get rid of it. Let's show you how to do that. So there are three things you need to do to properly get off of AMP on your WordPress site. The first is download and configure a redirection plugin to get rid of those /AMP entries that Google has indexed and have them redirected back to your main page. That's number one. Number two, uninstall the AMP plugin you're using. And number three, delete all of the caches you have. That might be with your hosting provider in WordPress itself, and it might even be with things like CloudFlare. Now, none of this is sponsored, so any of the companies we mention or refer to haven't given us a dime. So if you find this useful, please give us the big thumbs up. It really helps with the Google algorithms. Subscribe is also appreciated, but I digress. Okay, so let's go and explain how to get rid of this thing. The first thing is, in your WordPress site, drill into plugins, select Add Plugins. The one we've selected is one called Redirection. And unfortunately, there are several plugins called Redirection. We've chosen the one from John Goodley. Install now and then activate this. And that's where we are now. We haven't actually done anything other than the download. Now let's configure it. Tools, Redirection, scroll right to the very bottom, and in the source URL, paste this code. And basically, this is a regex command. If you're not familiar with regex, it's regular expression, and you need to enable it. So you have to go to the end here, click the drop down, and select regex. Otherwise, it won't do anything. So click on that so it knows what to look for. And in the target URL, enter that. Oh, and by the way, before you make any changes at all, back up your site. It's not just good digital hygiene to have backups. You are making a substantial change to your site. Cover your butt. Now click Add Redirect. Scroll to the top, you can see it's there. Now let's test it. Let's just pick a random article. Let's go to this one. Just add AMP to the end of it. And look, it bounces straight back. Isn't that nice? Try another one just for fun. Do this face swap one. AMP. Boom, AMP goes away. Exactly what we're looking for. Okay, so let's go to our plugins. Accelerated Mobile Pages. I'm using AMP for WP. And I'm going to deactivate it. None of your business why I'm going to deactivate it. Now I'm going to let this sit for a couple of days to make sure that there's no troubles, but I will delete it shortly thereafter. Now the last thing to do is to clear all of your caches. So let's do that. Here I've logged into my CPanel, and I have a cache manager that's available right here. You probably do as well. Purge everything for the domain in question. Gone. I'm also using some cache through our good friends at CloudFlare. So let's go over there. Go into your site, then under caching, under configuration, you'll see cache, just purge everything. The Googlebot crawler is pretty good at figuring out what's what, but just on principle to let it know what's going on, you also might want to recreate your sitemap and resubmit it to Google, just to warn them that something's changed. So let's go back to the site. WordPress panel. My sitemaps are managed by Yoast, so I'll go to settings, If I scroll down, I will see XML site maps. There it is. And if I toggle them off and save changes, and then toggle it back on and save changes, it will recreate it. And I'll go back to the Google Search Console, go down to Sitemaps under Indexing, and resubmit the new map. So hey, if you found this video useful, big thumbs up would be super appreciated. It really helps with the Google algorithms. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always get a hold of us directly at www.urtech.ca. That's www.urtech.ca. Or you can leave a question or a comment below, and if we don't get back to you, somebody else will, because on YouTube, everybody's got an opinion. Thanks, and have a good one. Bye-bye.